Well, hello there. Good to see you all again. And here we are, flight level 200, just over the north side of London at the moment. Flyer 3 Tango Juliet is our call sign, one of the domestic British Airways real world flights, and we're on the Jacko 1 Hotel arrival into London City. Now, you may know that London City is a bit of a fruity approach, because rather than the ILS being a standard 3 degrees glide slope, it's a whopping 5.5 degrees. And this isn't a small aircraft by any means. So it's the Embraer E190. So let's see how she performs, because it's quite a big aircraft to get into City, actually. I think it's the biggest thing that goes in there. It's certainly bigger than a 7.3, isn't it? Or is it? Similar size, maybe. So we're all keyed in for the arrival. We're actually on the arrival at the moment. We're inbound Nudna. And our altitude restriction is between flight level 160 and 210. So we've not actually started our top of descent, but as you can see on here, we're pretty much at it. So seatbelt signs will be going on now, and we can start thinking about the arrival. Now, the E-jets are a little bit of a handful sometimes to get used to. The flight computer is not the most logical, I've got to admit. And there we go, into our descent. So it drops the nose immediately over speed, so pulls the nose back up. Go into a bit of PowerPoint. What are we getting? 20 frames here at the moment, 20, yeah, something like that. Real world weather's on through active sky as per normal. Oh, and I've just realised I haven't got my Streamlabs up, so let's get that going. Sorry, it's really annoying because it cuts the sound out. Do apologise for that. Here we go. Clickety click. So this is all on my other screen. Awesome. Right, that's up and running. And actually, while we're here, let's show you what I'm looking at. So this is the Jacko 1 Hotel from Honolulu. Manchester was up here somewhere. So we're just passing Nudna at the moment, and we have a speed restriction of 250 knots here, which is keyed in. And then from there, the transition, we come from Jacko all the way down here and then bang it up. Bit of a weird approach this is. We'll do the full procedure. Quite often you would get the corner cut if you're under air traffic, but we've only got London North on, so and then we come in here, and there is the steep approach, 5.5%. So let's get that out of the way, clickety click there, and here we go. So you can see that in the plan here. There's Jacko, there's that really weird arc that we do, and then we come back up from the southeast up to Ravsa, and then it's from there it's more or less straight in. And our ILS intercept is at 2,000 feet, so I'm going to go all the way down to 2,000 on the outcell, which is the altitude select, just so we don't bottom out and I completely forget and we end up too high, because that's not what you want to do at City. So if you're too high, it's very hard to bleed off the speed, because of course you've got that steep approach, so you're already coming in with your spoilers out. Or should I say your air brakes? Oh, it is spoilers, isn't it? Spoilers. To dump that lift and, more importantly, create a bit of drag. So the aircraft's doing a terrible attempt to get into 250 knots. That's because we're on that, so that's because this muppet hasn't keyed in the speed constraint. 250 please. There we go, in that goes. Go back to the flight plan. Yeah, we can see it's put the little nub in there, so it'll bring the speed down now. I'm just going to flick up VAT Spy on that screen. In fact, I'll show you a bit of VAT Spy here. Again, sorry about the sound cutting out, it's really annoying. So there's us. Departed from City all of 30 minutes ago, so not very long ago at all. Very short flight this, and we're coming round. We'll end up down this way, come back up, and then fly straight into City there. Weather is not ideal, but I'm sure you can look out the window. If you're UK based, it's not been ideal for a while, although the temperature's up at 8 degrees at London City at the moment, so that's pretty warm, warmer than it is here in Loughborough and East Midlands. Dew point 5 degrees. It was a bit foggy at Manchester. Surface wind 150 degrees, 9 knots, so we've got a bit of a crosswind there. That's reasonably strong actually. Visibility is down to 3 statute miles, which is 4,800 metres. So we've got that to contend with. Pressure is 909 hectopascals, so very low pressure. There we go, the speed's back now. Dot speed is 220. But we don't need to do that just yet. I'll say we don't need to do that just yet. No, we haven't got any traffic, so no, we'll keep the speed up. Why not? Why not, eh? So, passing flight level 111. I'll flick the lights on now before I forget. Don't need to do anything else on the overhead. It's all very autonomous actually, the Embraer. All the icing and everything is all done automatically. As is the keying in of the ILS frequency, that's all done automatically on here as well. So we've got the radio set to FMS Auto. We have got a squawk because we did take off under control. So let's have another look-see outside. Yeah, that's really annoying that the doors don't line up with this texture. I need to fix that. Oh look, there's a wind farm. That's pretty cool. Who else we got? Ryanair 82. Let's see. That looks like a bottom end of Heathrow. Oh no, it's Stansted. Which I haven't got the scenery for, so rip my textures. Position report. Sorry, there we go, clear that. Apologies to everyone on headphones who just got pinged in the ear. So there's overhead Jacko. So we have completed the Jacko 1 hotel and we are now on the Lavno 1 Juliet transition, which is an RNAV transition. So we fly a, it's not quite a DME arc actually. Or is it? No, it's not. It's an RNAV arc. Yeah, weird approach. In fact, because we haven't got traffic, I am tempted to cut the corner, but then it will be too high, I think. So we need to be at 6,000 at Ravsa. Let me just check that that is here. Yes, it is. That's all below. That's interesting. That's all below there. It needs to be at. Oh, but the next one's at, so it doesn't really matter. That cancels out. Then down at 4,000 at LCE07. Yeah, that's correct. Whoops, one too many. Top do. Doesn't have a restriction. Lavno at 3,000 is there as well. Awesome. So all very hands-off, very textbook at the moment. Now if we do need to hold, the last opportunity to do that is at @pev, which is, so that's Rav's, there's gap key there, and then @pev's literally just off the screen here, and that's the last place we can do a hold. And it's a quite slow speed. The actual airspeed is quite low for that, to contain you in a smaller airspace as possible. That's 185 knots by the looks of it. Yeah, 185 knots maximum. So here we are then on this funny little arc that we have to do. Right, it's quite busy in London. There's 10 departures out of Gatwick, there's 12 out of Heathrow at the moment, 1 out of Stansted that we just saw. There's a tower controller on at Heathrow, delivery and ground at Gatwick. And we have a new subscriber, Danny, thank you very much, sir. Jizzy Fizzy. Is that your name? Wow. Brilliant. So you can follow along on VatSpy if you wish, or if you're actually in the sim at the moment. You can watch me make a terrible attempt at this landing. With this crosswind, 150 at 9 knots, so I'm going to key that in actually, because it's not that page. 160, so 150 9 knots, 150/9, and then that just changes our tailwind component. 7 knot crosswind component. And our transition altitude, I think, is 6,000 for everywhere in London CMA. It is 6,000. So I don't have to worry about that just yet. Can I put transition in there? I don't think I can. I think transition only goes I cannot remember. That's good, isn't it? It's not in the init. Is it in plan? No. Perf data? No. I can't remember where you key it in. Ah! Duh! I think it was on the climb, actually, thinking about it. You're probably screaming at the screen. I've probably already gone past it somewhere. Don't need that one. No, it's not going to be in here. No, it's not in there. Well, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. So here we are, that's the end of the funny little arc thing that we have to do. So I am going to do a speed intervene here. And bring us down to the dot speed. So that's flicking over to manual speed rather than FMS, which is the managed speed. And then we can start thinking about getting those flaps down fairly soon. Want to be configured reasonably early for city. You certainly want to be configured before you start that, fully configured before you start the glide slope. So it's this fully stabilised approach because you don't want any sudden aerodynamic changes on the aircraft when you're doing that 5-degree glide slope. And of course, if you've not got your flaps down and your gear down and everything, you won't have enough drag, so you'll go on that glide slope and you'll just accelerate, and you then won't be able to put your flaps out because you'll be going too fast, and you'll just never bleed that speed off. Excuse me, my filthy habit. So down we go. We're in LNAV, VNAV. Oh, it's all, yeah, it's all fairly standard here. Not a lot to do. Final fix, yeah, it's got the 5.5 degree in there, so I wonder if I'm keying 5.5 there. No, it doesn't like that. Didn't think it would. But I don't think I need to worry about that. So, inbound RAV cert, there's that PEV. That's the last place we can do a hold, and we can either do a right hand hold or a left hand there. Would obviously be controlled by ATC, but we ain't got none. I think the last time I came into City, I got a contact me as I was on that 5-degree glide slope. I was absolutely raging. That is the last time you want someone pinging at you, because it's very hands-on, as you will soon see. So you know I'm a fan of the fun approaches. We'll have to do a 09 landing here actually, because that's quite fruity. Because you have to pull quite a sharp 180-degree right-hand turn. So you basically fly this approach more or less, but fly south side of the airfield and then swing a full 180 right onto the glide. And I think that's a 5.5 degree glide slope as well actually. But I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. Runway 09. Yeah, it is. It's a 5-degree glide as well. And you fly over the top of the Shard, Canary Wharf, Millennium Dome, 1,600. So yeah, you intercept that ILS even lower. So that is quite fruity. Bit of weather, nothing we can't deal with here. So I'm just flicking between my tabs, so I've got the charts, so I know what I'm doing, or at least I can pretend I know what I'm doing. So down to 185 knots now then. And then when we hit the final segment speed, we can actually drop flat 1 at that point anyway, and that'll be good. Engine's just spooling up a touch there. Yeah, right. Let's see if we can see anything. There's a bit of something. My geography of this way is horrendous. Where's that then? Never been down this way in real life, so we are currently over. Oh, it's Southend, isn't it? Well, no, Southend's over on the other side of the estuary. That's Southend. Cavney Island. And this side is All Hallows. Prefer it in air, it's a bit warmer. There we go. God, the frames. Ay, ay, ay. Right, we still have no traffic to worry about. Oh, we've actually got a flyer, a 170, not that far behind us, actually. Coming in from Paris. There's another flyer, where is he? Oh, which apparently my model matching doesn't like that, despite the fact that I've got that aircraft installed. That's a bit weird. I'll have to sort that out. Okay. So I can take flap 1 now. So that drops the slats a bit. Yeah, I should have taken flap 1 a bit earlier. Get that nose down. Oh, there we go. You see the nose coming down there. That's better. So 60, 50, 40. So the ILS, I don't think I need to key this in. Oh wow. 11115. I'm gonna key it in because I just don't trust it to do what I want it to do. And a course of what's our course? 274. Oh, not let me key that in. That's irritating. Bring the speed back a smidge more. And 60, which is when we can drop flap 2. In fact, I'm getting pretty close in now actually. So let's get us all the way down to our V approach. Anything at EGLC? No. EG. Oops. LC final 27. So we take flap 2. Nose is a bit high. Take flap 3. Auto brake. Yeah, we need some of that. Definitely need some of that. I'm going to risk a medium. Hope the frames improve. Well, I'm not banking on it. So I want to be fully configured when we intercept, which is about there. Oh, hello, wind shear. Stroke frames. So flat 4. Gear down. Oh wow, textures are there somewhere. Come on computer, you just need to load them off the SSD. They are there, I promise you. There we go. Yankee Juliet. Here's the airframe we're in. So this is real world. Flown on a Sunday as well, actually. In fact, we might look on flight radar in a minute and see whether we're ahead or behind it. I don't know what time it's supposed to take off. There we go, that's what I want. Autoland. Glysolate captured, localizer captured, fantastic. Right, this is where it gets fun now. So we'll take flat full. Look at this speed window that we've got there. Not a lot to play with. Fuel low, brilliant. Wow, this weather is poo. What's our minimums? 600 and something. 640. Oh no, we can no, we can do 550. For some reason it won't, it's not taking that. Oh yes it is. I can't be bothered scrolling all that. Oh, it's a bit windy. Look at this. This is so steep. So steep. Right. The autopilot's just not doing a good job of this at all, is it? Yes, I know. Oh, this might well be a go around, boys and girls. For some reason, I don't think my spoiler's out.
Pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up,
Shush. Yeah, this might be a go around. Oh, he doesn't like me, does he?
30, 20, 10.
Wow, some textures would be nice.
No takeoff. Spoiler. No takeoff. Flash.
Positive rate.
Gear up. So, it's a go around.
Gear up.
Right, well I'm going to have to fly this by hand now, I think, because I have no idea how you do a go around in a Embraer on the flight computer. So by hand it is. Is it warning me that I'm overbanking? Oh no, low fuel. Oh, we still got a ton of fuel. Literally a ton.
High speed. High speed. High speed. High speed.
So here's us downwind again. 2,500 seems sensible. Right, let's get this baby trimmed.
Trim.
Yes, that is what I wanted. Trim, thank you. So just trying to manage the speed here. And fully manual. Excellent, that other flyer is going to hold for us. Just give us a little bit more space. Bring the throttle back.
High speed. High speed.
No, you're alright, love. It's taking a lot of trim.
Trim.
Yeah, I know.
Trim.
Very foggy. This really isn't manual flying conditions when you don't know how to key in the autopilot for a go around.
Trim.
Altitude's all over the place. Not visual at all here. This is hard work. This is harder work than London City should be, and it's hard work to start with. Just manually judging this. Oh, the frames aren't helping.
Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide slope. Glide
Oh,
slope.
dude, tell me about it. Oh, I'm breaking many rules here. I'm far too low. Ooh. Well, we're gonna have to put it down this time, really, because we're not good on fuel. Right, there's the localizer. Round 27. Got visual on the runway now. That wasn't bad for complete guesswork in the fog. We are very low. Trim is well out. Why is the trim so far out? checked. Those lead-in lights don't line up with the runway either. It's UK 2000 scenery, payware.
200.
Throttles are now idle. Which is probably a bit early actually, but never mind.
100. Approaching minimums. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reverses are green. And full rudder. Still full rudder. 70 knots. Reverses away. I'm still full brakes here. I took manual brakes straight away because I thought it was just too fast. Oh, are we even going to stop? We are going to stop. Right. So, what's happening here then? Why do I have no scenery? I've got 600 meg of VAS left. I've got a monorail stroke underground stroke train sort of levitating in mid-air. Something very wrong with this scenery. This needs a reinstall, doesn't it? I'm hoping these textures load in at some point and I can see where I'm going, but I was chatting to the guy who held for us. He's continuing his approach now. Just told him it's very foggy. Good luck. Right, so we're going to park up here, I think. We'll go nose into this tow truck. I'll just assume that that's where a line is. So it's a very late go around, but you know, had to be done. It was below minimums, that's for sure. Blinded in, never mind. Right, parking brake is set. The APU is on. Engines are coming off ski. Black pump can come off, window heaters can come off. Hopefully we'll get a ground power unit soon. M1 is below 0.5%, so the beacon can come off. If we can find it, red beacon. There we are. And then we can open the door. Is it moaning at us now? Steering off, speederly. Spoiler. Oh, still got the spoilers out. Duh. Bad drills. Nose wheel steering, that's fine. Don't care about that. Yes, I know, bleep. This aircraft doesn't half love a bleep. Well, we haven't got a GPU, annoyingly. But we have got open doors. Wow, it's bright in there, isn't it? That's brilliant. Well, it seems that some textures have loaded, but not all of them. Random 146 there. So that's a static aircraft. I'm going to have to re-download City. And can we see this flyer coming in? Annoyingly, he is going to be an A321. Coming in over the dome. Oh, he's doing 09. Wait, what? Yeah, he must be doing a 09 approach. If he's flying over the dome. Unless my geography is utter drivel. Yeah, there's the runway there, look. Ooh, so he's coming in that side. Yeah, the dome's there, look. Just see it. Can't see him though. Oh, I can just see his lights there. Go on then, better rate my landing. How's he going to do we think? Will he make the touchdown zone that's not even rendered on here? Ugh. Something very wrong, isn't there? Something very wrong indeed. So he's in an Embraer 170, so it's the smaller version of this. But he is showing up as an Airbus A321, annoyingly. So I do apologise for that. I will sort my model matching out. There he comes. Coming in hot. Oops. Oh, no. Butter. Well, that was a much better landing than mine. Much, much better. Wow, he stopped quick. Hit those anchors, didn't he? There we are. Have we got a GPU yet? We have got a GPU yet. So, on that goes. Off comes the Apu. Oh, those lights should have been off anyway. We can disarm the slides. We can take our lights off. We can take the battery off. And then off we go. And if all the electric's off, it can't annoyingly ping at us. Oh, I left the flaps down. Fail. Back to school, Simon. Oh dear. Right, well, hope you enjoyed that. You enjoyed that more than I did, because flipping heck. Yeah, I'll do a bit of practicing, and we might do that again, but better, with the textures reinstalled. So, until next time, happy flying. Bye-bye.